YouTube. Look at this lighting. So I was speaking to somebody that I'm working with called Kaylin. Um, yes. Who is awesome. We're going to be working with each other for a year. Um, he's worked with me ongoing for a while. But yeah, there's a new offering that I have that is not available to everybody because, once again, it has to be right for me, it has to be right for you, it has to be right for everybody involved. But that year space is, we're going to have weekly calls for the year. And, he will have a folder with, all of the key points and the things that we touch within that year space so that, digitally, he has a logbook of his year to year process. He will then be as well recording that space so that people can view it and see what that journey looks like, which is awesome. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, looking to see where he's going to go because he's going to do some incredible, wonderful things. But you will get to see some of those things within that vlog space. I was also having this incredible conversation with somebody about the sacred clown energy yesterday. He has done a lot of work in the realm of clowning and theatre and drama. I had an acting career for a while, a long time ago. I was running away from myself. It was an escapism, Anyway, and within that space, I met some incredible people. Now, one of those guys is the leader of the Green Party in the UK, who is so. Whew, Zach, listen, I think that you need to. What's the word? Maybe step back with some objective observation and look at your belief systems because some of the things that you're putting out there is insanity. It's crazy. It's absurd to me that there's certain people that are leading political parties who have faulty foundational belief systems in the name of intelligence. So I'm not going to go more into that space. But anyway, sacred clown energy, these masks that we wear, our identity, how we play with who we are. I was talking about, listen, be yourself. The thing that life has taught me, right, with all of this, yeah, is freedom of expression and to integrate and find my true, authentic, real self. Because I had experienced trauma and pain, it took a lot for me to get to know me, who I am, my core. There's something in that I think that sometimes people, think that they can be a million and one different things. People are trying to find themselves. I get it. And then we're trying to find ourselves within systems and structures that are also, based on illusion and based on manipulation and based on control. You have people that are controlling, once again, the global media, Hollywood, the entertainment industry, music industry. So all of these people are playing, characters and games and lies and masks. And then you've got people that are growing up in that, trying to find themselves and trying to find their way. So what the mind does very cleverly is creates these systems in order to survive and to cope. That's what happens. People are doing it left, right, and centre. It's what's happening in the trans movement with the gender ideology theories. I will maintain this. If you are a doctor or a therapist and you are, what's the word? Harming, really, and hurting people by selling them a lie that they can change their gender and you're pumping them full of hormones and then also, saying that having life-changing operations is a good idea, that's insanity, that's madness. Now, the sacred clown energy pokes fun at those spaces, at the absurdity, the cosmic joke, because once again, all of this is in divine perfection, right? There is nothing that is not from God, but we are a collective. So some people are playing their part to cause friction to help us understand how we move forward collectively. We're going to look back at some things in the human experience and go, remember when we had the Karen movement? Remember when we were saying to people, yeah, go and just cut off pieces and parts of yourself because you were born in the wrong body? That's crazy. No therapist should be helping somebody to do that, to convince themselves of their lie. If you were were saying that you were black and you're white or you're Asian or whatever, or you're anorexic and you were going to a doctor saying, I think I'm really fat or I think I'm a different color, they would say you're nuts. You need to see a therapist. They wouldn't be convincing you of your delusion. Now, how we think and how we feel, this is tricksy. This is where also, we can get lost in not living in objective reality and create these masks of identity and who we think we are and our sense of self, right? Because I feel a certain way, I think a certain way because I'm not at home in my objective reality. I'm not rooted and grounded and embodied in myself. Now, people deserve love and compassion to be who they are. But facilitating or enabling people to live in their masks and their delusion is really bad facilitation, and it is detrimental and harmful to the people that you're working with. But I get it, the world is crazy at the moment. Back to the sacred clown energy. What I would maintain it's all in divine perfection, all of it. But everybody at the moment is, I think, trying to find their way. As we have advancement in technology, we got AI, we have access to global travel, we have the internet, access to history, people whistleblowing on what is truth and not truth, spirituality, ancient culture, wisdom. All of these things are trying to find some form of equilibrium. That's a crazy time to be alive. And it means having to sift and sort through misinformation and mistruth and illusion, and also exist within those systems and structures that we have already in a way that is honest and real to our spirit and our soul. And it brings me back to, I like to play with that sacred clown energy. I'm very playful. I don't like being contained. I don't like being boxed, and the way that I work with, my intuition, with God, with spirit, whatever, is I follow that. So whenever people try to put me in those boxes or limit me, the joke ends up on them. Because the truth of God is that it is all a cosmic joke. Every time I've ever experienced trauma and pain and darkness and heaviness within my life, all it has shown me is God. The people that I've worked with for years, 15 years, thousands of people, all I ever see is divine perfection within their life. With the whole stalker business that I had recently, and once again, I'm real and raw, I'm honest, I bring things to the table. I'm not afraid to do that. But anyway, that person is wearing one of the most cleverest masks I think I've ever seen within my life, to change their whole identity and to live by it, yet have the theory of a therapist, but not to see what they're doing in themselves. That is craziness to me. Now, overall trajectory, I think they should move through that. It should be okay, which is great. But, interacting with that energy, wild, not fun. But the masking can be so insidious. And I understand I look like this. But I feel that this is me, the inner me coming out in its authenticity, not based on a faulty foundation. Now, that part of me is strengthening as I get older. But that was not an easy place, especially not in a world where, once again, I get it. Sometimes the world wants to box you and limit you and trap your spirit and your soul, which I understand is why I trigger people. But that also, sacred clown, that's the job of the sacred clown, to poke fun, to play. I play with spaces of joking about the devil, joking about Satanism, because I understand and I'm very aware that when people see that I'm a tarot reader, or they see me, or they see this, they put me in a box. So I play with it. So that's that. I hope that this has been fun. The lighting is lighting, but I need to go make some more videos. I need to make a TikTok and a Mr. Black video. My stock puppet, he wants to say this is Mr. Black, but I want to, to make a Mr. Black video to see what he's saying. I need to go with the dog. I maybe want to swim. I need to swim at some point. But yeah, remember, all is good. Oh, if you want to work with me, carltreslove.com. If you want to give these videos, PayPal at carltreslove. Like I will always say, remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. Until we get it together soon in a bit.